Hello, loves. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. This is your girl. I love doing these late night videos, you guys. It is kind of like we're in quarantine mode, and I get so many requests, clients who I do readings for ask me, what do I see about certain things that are going on in the news and the media? Everybody is frustrated. Some people are frantic. Energy is just very all over the place right now. So I'm trying to keep these videos coming, trying to pump them out so that I can be somewhat of a beacon of light. Hopefully a source of motivation and encouragement during this time. So I've been getting several downloads, and the energy is so busy right now in the air. So I'm just taking advantage of these high vibrations while I can, because I'm usually so busy that I don't have time to do this. But with the extra time on my hand, why not? So the stimulus check that every adult will get. Okay, so I did have a client to ask me to talk about that. So I'm just going to jump right into it. If you're looking for a personal reading, please contact me. All of my information is in the description box below. I have a website. I'm on Google Business, and I have a Facebook page that I'm working on now. So there are several reviews if you are looking to find me. Okay. Okay. So I wanted to do reading regarding that. So I have forgiveness. I'm using my Oracle deck that I just got, and I really love it. Optimism. This is a great card to hear during this time, okay? Forgiveness, optimism, and the optimism card does have a guardian angel on the bottom. And hopefully you guys can see. Sorry about the glare. It is kind of late. I'm dropping cards left and right, you guys. Give me 1 second. Let me see what is up with this. I'm like dropping everything tonight. Love. Definitely don't want to drop that. Okay. Okay, let's see. And God is at the bottom of that one. I love that card. Okay, Spirit, show me 3 more. Wow, I saw this and I kept shuffling. It was on the bottom and it came up anyway. So speak your truth. Okay. 2 more cards. 2 more cards regarding the situation so we can see what in the world is going on. Okay. Healthful eating. Okay. And then I have healing on the bottom of the deck. So let's see what comes back up. Okay, confidence. All right. Practice makes perfect. What's next? Faith. Faith is on the bottom. All right, so we have forgiveness, optimism, love, speak your truth, helpful eating, and confidence. Very positive reading. Very positive cards so far. So I do want to get into it to see, what's going on. Okay. So forgiveness. Okay. So I feel like the way that the situation was handled with dealing with coronavirus, caused a lot of chaos, confusion, caused a lot of people to be very concerned about their health. See how she's clutching her throat here? There's a lot of light in her. So it's kind of pouring into people, pouring hope into people. Okay. It's the government trying to stimulate a hopeful outlook and faith, confidence, as these cards say here, versus the chaos and confusion and the fighting and the struggle that we see in the 5 of Cups. See how some people are on the ground, all those sticks are jumping around, people are reaching up and trying to grab something. Everybody's fighting for, I'm hearing a slice of the pie, So this is to stimulate optimism, because this was on the bottom of the deck. This is my card for somebody that's sitting at the table eating, that's working. 8 of Pentacles. They have coins. They have food on the table. they're able to manifest things and get what they want. But in the reverse, a lot of people are unemployed, so they're trying to implement a sense of optimism, especially for those who are used to making money and who are not able to work right now. Okay, what else with the optimism card, Spirit? What other card? Yeah, the Chariot. This is moving forward in a positive direction. This is happiness. This is a positive outlook. This is giving someone a sense of direction. This can also have a lot to do with vehicles as well. So, and then too, that's giving me the image of the food delivery services, because I don't think they've shut those down completely yet. All right, so let's see the message for love. Let's see the message regarding love. Yeah, not accepting an offer, and the King of Wands, which is in and out. So as this particular pandemonium moves in and out of our society, as people are frustrated because they're not able to do the things that they want to do, this is boredom. This is not accepting an offer. Like, everything coming up in reverse is letting me know that they're trying to stimulate emotions within us by giving us that stimulus check to stimulate not just the economy, but to stimulate, a feeling of being given something, because everything is like, people are feeling like the rug has been snatched from underneath them. Oh, people are feeling like people are feeling helplessness, hopelessness, financially not sure and certain of the future. All within a matter of a few days, everything is just shifting and changing. So people are not feeling like they've been given a fair warning or a fair chance. And so this is to give something, but it's in the reverse. Even in the reverse, it's still been, it's pouring out into that same hand that gave it to you. I feel like a lot of people feel like, wow, as soon as I got my income tax check, I had to put it right back in the economy. I had to stock up on tissue and soap and food and, quarantine supplies. So this is just to give you a little bit of that back, okay? Just to keep people from feeling like, in this chaotic, hectic struggle mode and fighting each other mode. So let's see. The next card is Speak Your Truth. So remember, I did do the 6 cards originally. So I want to see. Okay, so wow, we got a lot of cards that flipped out here. Yeah, so this is talking about, as a matter of fact, with speaking your words here, that is what this 5 of Swords is talking about. See how he's holding his head? That bird is on his shoulder. That bird actually makes the 5th, the 5. So it's what in the world is going on this card? Yeah, so I said it right, but this was just covering it up. So there are 4 birds at the top, one sitting on his shoulder to make the 5th. This is somebody who, wins the battle, but not the war, who says something, and, see how this person is in the back with their hands thrown up, like, what? Like, what are you saying? And this person is frustrated with their back turned to them, and this bird is sitting there kind of like feeding them something that they're saying. This is talking and saying things. I'm hearing talk is cheap. And that's how people are feeling. Look at that little blood back there too. Like it's a battle of the words. So that's coming with Speak Your Truth. So when the truth is being spoken, people are not sure how to take it. It's up and down. One day it's this, next day it's that. Because at first, remember, it was a hoax and it wasn't to be taken seriously. And so then that goes from, being a hoax and a hoax and nothing to worry about to being a threat, a worldwide thing where we've never seen something like this before in our lifetime. I'm an 80s babies. Us 80s babies, have never had something to happen where we couldn't go to school, we couldn't go to church, we couldn't go to the store unless it was a holiday. Because when we were growing up, the liquor store was closed on Christmas. On Easter, you didn't go anywhere but church. Like, this is a whole nother experience. So the cat is out of the bag. Secrets have been revealed and people are responding. Okay. So healthful eating. And this is interesting to me. This card doesn't say healthy eating. It says healthful eating. So I feel like, what we're putting into our mind, body, and soul, I'm hearing, is imperative during this time to get rid of disappointment and grief. Okay. Yeah, because a lot of people feel like, the world is coming to an end. There's going to be a lot of death. There's going to be a lot of negative darkness around. This is the Ten of Swords. In this deck, it doesn't look as bad, but in like some of my other decks, a person is literally laid out and dead. So this is to kind of, when it comes to eating, it's people changing the way that they do things, changing the way that they treat each other, changing the way that they actually, in this picnic here, changing the way that they eat. Yeah, because everything is pointing to fruit. This is pointing to fruit. And not just fruit, because of course you do have perishable items, which this bowl or cup here could represent a canned good as well. But people are stocking up on food and healthful eating. I feel like people are helping each other, because I've cashed out several people money to get food, because I'm just not going to leave anybody out there like that. You never know. We could wake up and there's no banking system. So I would rather spend the money helping my fellow man, my fellow woman, to get what they need. Not that I'm saying, hey, I'm, an angel and I have all this money over here. But for what little bit I did have to give, I made sure that I gave it. And I feel like that is what we're all doing, is pulling our, like I said in my last video, is pulling on our heart chakras, but it is making us feel a sense of gratitude for what we have and appreciation for what we have, especially in the department of food, I feel. And then we have confidence here. So all of this is regarding stimulating the economy and the stimulus check. And I also feel like this is also a gesture that they are giving us so that we can get some food too. Because keep in mind, that was the original topic. Okay. All right. I feel like there are going to be stipulations on who gets the money. I don't know why I'm feeling that. With this money being given and it's in the reverse like this, it's not an equal give and take. Not everybody is going to get this money. There's going to be something with it, okay? Confidence, okay? So why is confidence here regarding the stimulus check? Because people are feeling trapped and they don't know what to believe. They don't know if they can trust what they're seeing on TV, what they're hearing, what they're being told. So once a person gets their hand on that money, they're like, oh, okay, I do trust the system again. I do trust what we were being told. Page of Swords in the upright position. I do feel like if you have children, it's going to be more favorable for you to receive that check. But I do feel like people's emotions are just all over the place, unbalanced, not moving forward with plans, not being able to travel, not being able to go to the beach. This is in reverse. They shut the beaches down. So, the things that we do to retreat and to self-soothe, I'm hearing, are being taken away from us. And it's a precautionary measure. I get that. So I'm not saying that it should be any different than how it is, okay? But when it comes to, confidence, when it comes to the way things are going to be done with this check, and I just said that, confidence, okay? This is somebody being deceptive and sneaking off and doing something, okay? And then this is somebody not wanting to give that money. They're holding on to it. In this particular card, she's looking away. She's clutching her coin purse like, you're not getting this. So there are going to be some stipulations on the stimulus check, okay? And this is the protection card in the reverse. This is also a wounded warrior, somebody who's been beat down. It's like, okay, I'm no longer defensive, no longer on guard now, because I know I have this money coming and I'm confident that this money is coming. But I do feel like there's going to be, some stipulations. As with anything, it's going to be, it is what it is. So I'm going to move some of these cards back to see what else I can get. Okay, but overall, optimism, optimism. That's what we have to keep. We have to keep ourselves optimistic. regarding this situation. Okay, trust in God, source, spirit to lead us and guide us. Okay. Yeah, I do feel like people are optimistic and, but they're heartbroken at the same time. And when I say people, I'm speaking regarding my family, my friends, myself as well. Okay. Now, when it comes to this, okay, again, I do feel like when it comes to speak your truth, there's a mask. Like, some of us are not going to get this check. And I just really feel like that. Okay. So we don't know the stipulations yet. Rightfully so, seeing as how, this is a crisis that we're in. We don't know what is going to happen day to day. People are heartbroken, So yeah, so I would just say for those who are looking forward to getting the check, to just be aware, okay, that this is just be grateful if you get a check. Gratitude, okay? That's what I'm going to say. Some of my downloads I have to keep to myself, okay? Relief, okay? Yes, it's going to be relief for some people. If you quit a job or were in between jobs, or if you didn't know this was going to happen and you went to work and the doors were closed, which is so unfortunate, I send my prayers, positive energy, love, and light to anyone in this specific situation. But $1,000 is huge when you're in that situation, okay? Excuse me so much, guys. Boundaries, yeah. Not everybody's going to get a check, and that's understandably how the economy is going to work. So, some numbers that I have here, 35, 12, and 26. So, those could very well be days, I feel, okay? And then we have 10 on the bottom with home. You know, um, setting things up so that your home is your safe haven, so that your home is your happy place, so that you can do things where you can learn, where you can grow, where you can blossom. That's going to definitely be very imperative and important during this time. So that's just what I'm going to say. I'm hearing man cage, okay, or man cave. But the thing about this is that the family unit is going to be reestablished, okay? And people are going to learn to have a sense of family like how they did in the olden days, golden days. I'm hearing back when President Roosevelt would talk and family members will be gathered around the old radios and the fireplaces, listening in to things that were going on, tuning in. So I have a couple of months here. As always, I like to use my little blocks. And sorry that it's laying down so you guys can't see it. But in my first coronavirus video, I did predict that we would possibly be under quarantine until July. So when there was a press conference held several days later, they did confirm that July was what they were estimating we would be looking at. So these blocks have proven to be accurate, and I use these in all of my readings, okay? Sorry, my headphones got tangled up, and I get distracted easily when I get downloads like this. because the energy shifts and moves around through me so fast that I just can't stop moving. Okay. We have April, we have June, and we have September. So stimulus checks. Okay, that's what this was regarding. Okay, I just needed to let some of that energy flow through me. There is so much stress in the atmosphere right now. I've never, ever, 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 ever seen anything like this before. Like energetically, okay? All right. So, all right. So some encouragement and what we can do during this time: cleansing and spiritual baths, healing, relaxing. These pets are here. Candles in the background. So just being prepared for a possible blackout, keeping your candles, and also getting in touch with your ancestors. Um, Forgiveness can also, because that was here, that was the first one. Tying loose ends with people, karmic debt, paying that off, operating from a place of genuine love, not hate, not fear, okay? Being optimistic and faithful, thinking positive to help increase the vibration of the planet. Also, planting seeds, sowing seeds. I'm hearing as well as planting seeds to learn to live off of the land back in the same pattern of living that we used to live by. I grew up with my great grandmother planting over 90% of what we consumed as far as eating in her backyard. We didn't have a washer or a dryer. She hand washed clothes and then she would hang them outside to dry. My grandmother used to churn butter and she used to store all of her dry goods inside of one place. She recycled mayonnaise jars, jelly jars. That's what we drank out of growing up. There was a cup that used to be inside of a oatmeal container, and those are the cups, plastic cups that I would drink out of. Everything was recycled and everything was reused, so there was no waste. Very little things went unused. Okay, so that is the way that we should be living. And consumerism has unfortunately caused us all to be a little bit wasteful. Think about it. We go to the store, we get a new bag every single time. Why is that necessary? Different things that I feel looking at our family and friends who live out west, they do things a little bit different. Like California, they charge you for bags. We're just in the southern areas, and I live in the DMV area now. But we are just starting to implement having to pay for bags, bringing our own bags and stuff like that. So society needs to do things a lot different. Things need to be, during this time, we're learning to be a lot more conservative and a lot more grateful. Okay, so gratitude is going to be a lesson in all of this. Okay, so also we have follow your dreams. If there are things that we've been putting off and we've been kind of like putting on the back burner, having a vision of, but not really completing because we had other things in front of us that were blocking us. Now it is time to move forward in those things to manifest greatness. Whatever desires we've had and held on to, now it's time to actually walk in that. I know for me, I've been putting off getting things set up with my website. I was like, okay, I'm just going to purchase a website and I'm just going to put things on there. Sometimes now during this time, I've come up with a new concept. I've come up with an idea for a logo. I've paid for it. We're in the process of doing the second phase of the design, myself and the design person. Things that I've been putting off. Literally, I contacted her in 2019 to do this. Why am I just now doing this now? Because I have a lot of time on my hands, okay? Because I'm chilling. Where is my card? Because I'm at home. And they say home is where the heart is, you know. And how that plays into this stimulus check and this whole reading, because we have gotten away from being in love with our home and finding our peace in our home. Home has been just a place where we come, we lay down, we take a shower, we fold clothes, we wash, we sometimes we don't even cook dinner in our home. Let's just be honest. And we get back up and we go out in the world and we find pleasure in being in hotel rooms, traveling. I know when they shut down the airports and stuff, I was like, oh, like, what about my trips? Like, you know, we stay on the go. Like, I don't even unpack my bags for like the toiletry parts and stuff like that, because it's constantly being used. Like, my suitcase has more miles on it than I can even begin to tell you. But now I have to be, you know, at home working on creating my own oasis, you know, business products that I've been needing to push out, things that I stopped telling my clients I had available for sale because I was so busy and I couldn't do what I needed to do. Now I have so much time on my hand. And honestly, it's a bittersweet situation for all of us, but it's very necessary because guess what? You can hear God more when you sit still and you're quiet. I spent several years not working, being an entrepreneur, sitting at home, getting downloads, studying, doing everything to prepare me for what I'm doing now, which is healing individuals, guiding people, talking, sharing information from source. But sometimes you do have to get quiet. People ask me, how did you learn how to read when I do personal readings and I'm talking to people and I'm telling them this is what's going on in your life, this is what's going on health wise, and they're coming back and confirming, oh, you told me that you felt like my diabetes, that I may be diabetic. I went and they said that I'm not only diabetic but it was high up. How did you know this? Well, I've listened to spirit and I've had things downloaded in me. But in order to get to this level that I'm at now, where I can hear God and I can hear spirit and I can hear um, information and I can see and channel the way that I do, even having a 3D vision of some of the things that I feel, I had to get still and I had to sit down at home and I had to stop. Okay. And also with that, um, yeah, I mean, you guys, all of this goes back to the stimulus check. And I know I get taken down different roads, but trust me, when I do that, there's a message Spirit wants me to tell you as the viewer. And whenever I have clients who refer other clients to get a reading from me, and they call someone and they're on three-way or they're sitting right here, because I do readings in my house as well for select clients, for referrals, but mainly over the phone. But anybody who refers a client to me will tell them, if they're in my presence, get a pen and get some paper, because when spirit starts speaking to me, spirit will go all the way to the next level. Okay. And that's what we all need to do. We need to hear spirit, not with our physical ears, but with our spiritual ears, with our higher self. Okay. Hear spirit and really listen. Okay. Now, and it all goes back to the stimulus check, because when you have a little bit of money, you feel security that you don't feel when you're on E. And when that bank account is on E, and it's like, okay, they're not selling tissue. They're not, and I'm feeling vibrations all over my body right now, because I know so many people need healing energy. They're not selling tissue. They're closing the restaurants. They're closing the schools. My job is closed, and I'm spending all of my money on these staple items, but my bank account is starting to look a little bit low. And as a matter of fact, it never really looked the way that I wanted it to look. I was just getting in a position of saving. I just got my taxes, and I was going to take that and do this and that. Now this, you know. So it's like, okay, what do I do? Again, and I talked about this in my last video, the extraordinary power of prayer. Manifesting what you want is what's going to keep you in control during this time emotionally. Okay. Purification, that's again spiritual baths. Okay. Spend a little bit of time focusing on your beliefs and getting in touch with your higher self. Even if you have to take a little bit of that stimulus money, maybe $10 or so, purchase yourself some gemstones and crystals if you don't have any. Purchase yourself some herbs so that you can take spiritual baths to cleanse yourself, to detach from negativity, okay? Something's jumping out. And then again with the food, like the food keeps coming up. So it's going to be imperative that what we eat is important during this time. You just have to do what's good for your body. I showed it in my last video, but I think I left it I left it in the dining room because I'm working on doing some crystal pyramids, and I will do a video to show you dolls what they look like, the finished outlook. As a life or death issue. A life or death issue to me, that is also going back to keeping yourself balanced and learning how to do things moving forward in a different manner as a society. Seeing oneness with all there is. We have to stick together in a specific way because we can't physically touch one another, go out and interact with one another, but we do need to check on each other to encourage and motivate one another. Okay. There are a lot of funny things that are said online that simply make my day. When I wake up, I go online, and I was never that person, but it's so much funny stuff on there. It's like it's all inspiring, the things that people create, the memes that people come up with. Block out distractions. That's anything negative. So Spirit is giving us some motivational messages right now. Inspiration. Okay. Organize for success. Yes, bringing in positive energy is important right now. If you have an abundance of things in your home, distractions and things that are not organized, you need to do that because you'll bring in angels that are going to help you, energetic beings and energy. Several vows of poverty. Yeah, so we have to go back to the old ways of thinking. Abundance, growing food and having a surplus. If you plant, seeds, they come back every year. You don't have to do anything to them. Okay. Sometimes you don't even have to water them because the universe just has a way of providing. Okay. Last but not least, what's on the bottom of the deck? Donations, tithing, and charitable work. If there are things that you don't need and that you can't use anymore that are in your house right now, take those things to Goodwill or arrange to donate something on Facebook Marketplace or something like that to give to others who are in need at this time. Okay. And overall, as a society, as a whole, the last card, pay yourself first. So when you get the money, make sure, this is something I said on another video, make sure that you get some money to set aside for yourself in the event that you need cash accessible. Okay. That's all I have. And I really enjoy you all supporting my channel as it grows. My channel is the Itty Bitty Baby. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers now, and I'm so excited because I've only been on YouTube with this channel since around December of last year. So it is now March, and I've only posted several videos, but my support has been phenomenal. I love you all. Thank you so, so much for continuing to watch me, follow me, and like, share, and subscribe if you like what I discuss. Peace and namaste.